So, can I just ask you about your obsession with UFOs?
Oh, sure.
If I
Sure.
picked up on what is it about UFOs?
Well, my honest to God belief, and then based on some experiences I've had, which are neither here nor there, is my big theory is this: what is real and what's imagined, and what's the difference? There is no difference. We're living right now in what yesterday was an imagined world. Now it seems real. We're imagining tomorrow's world. Now, if we continue with this train of thought and cut out a lot of the middlemen, ultimately we're going to realize that we are balls of light who travel in disc-shaped fucking organic matter. In other words,
yeah,
what?
As the saying goes, yeah.
Yeah, so the UFO thing to me is a twofold thing. One is a real experience, a kind of an alien consciousness, which I think I kind of try and channel, okay? And it's really simple. Alien consciousness is really simple, and it's very, very right on the money. There's nothing more radical or to the left than the idea of oneness and love, okay? There's nothing over to the left. That's the center, and that's where all things lead. But also, as a device, it's kind of neat. Because, it's like Ray Bradbury was satirical about our affairs by using aliens. It's not dissimilar. You know, and UFOs have provided just a great device to comment on human affairs. It's wonderful, you know. People being abducted and shit. I love this.
Yeah, it's great. It's like you can't see it from any context you had before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But see, you know, that's my whole theory, though. For all this backslapping and talk of evolution, let's fucking get on with it already, you know?
Yeah. So, that's sort of almost up with your message. Like,
yeah, sure.
If you like, yeah.
Sure. I mean, there's got to be a new way to look at the world. We got to keep growing. We have to.
Yeah.
It was really shocking.
I mean, what's your attitude towards your audience? And do you care what they think of you?
Well, I assume that the audience is, you know, I talk to the audience the same way I talk to my friends. Same material, same subject matter, same way. Passionate, graphic, over the top, sincere, insincere, smarmy, it's a character, whatever. I just assume they're my friends, you know what I mean? And my friends and I, we don't sit around and fucking go, I'm going to do a line now on my friend, and I just talk, and that's the way I do with the crowd. And so a lot, you know, people always, do you try and be shocking? No, I don't try and be shocking with my fucking friends. Sometimes I do. You know, me and my friends will try and gross each other out at times. It's amusing to us. So I talk to the audience like I talk to my friends, and that's the way I feel about them.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, one of the things that, you know, having listened to you, you know, a fair bit, that's actually part, is you're used to the microphone. I've never heard anything quite like that. The sucking on Satan's pecker thing I heard the other day. That's scary.
Right.
Have you, like, is that quite a recent addition? I mean,
well, I've always been rather loud when trying to make a point, but shoving the mic down my throat like that bit required, it's just something that I do just to fucking be scary, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, I love horror films, I love westerns, I love all this, and to me, I mean, sure, the stuff is completely graphic and over the top, but aren't fucking horror films you go and see? I mean, isn't a Stephen King book just as stupid and scary? The idea is to shock people, not to shock them, but to shake them out of their idea that they're about to see something they've seen before, because they're not.
Yeah.
And that's entertainment.
Kind of like putting terminally ill people in films, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That, by the way, was a routine, which a guy kicked me in a show afterwards, because he came up to me, kicked me, and he goes, "My grandmother's dying in a nursing home." That's what he said.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, actually. I've got a very old grandmother. Do you have any film contacts that might be interested?
I'm telling you, the idea is still a little radical to most people.
You think?
But what's so funny is, I mean, you know, this guy goes, "My grandmother's dying," or something like that. And I go, "Oh, you're the one." You know, we all have people die, you fuckhead. And if you can't tell this is over the top and ridiculous, then you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, well, maybe we just have to wait until, like, the octogenarians of tomorrow who know Wes Craven, you know?
Exactly, and go, you know what? I could die, or I could really entertain some kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be funny, just some kind of film will, you know. I love you because I love you.
Yeah. I'm Bill Hicks, being a sound-minded body who wish to star in the next Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. Is there anything you'd really like to see written about yourself?
Well, I don't know about that. Definitely, I don't know. That's a good question. I've never been asked that question in my life. Wow, you're actually opening the door to a great freedom, and I'm not walking through it. Oh, fuck. Well, one thing I'd like to write is Bill didn't take a chance of take advantage of the opportunities offered him. So let me think.
Right.
Well, I like what that guy said today. Well, what did he say? I wrote it down because I thought it was so neat, and I didn't think I'd remember it. The Dylan approach to comedy.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't even know what that means anymore.
Yeah.
It made sense earlier. I don't really know. Of course, I have my big old ego dreams, but they're ridiculous and not even worthy of discussion. I tell you what things I don't want to have discussed is the fucking misperceptions, you know.
Yeah.
It's dirty. It's whatever the label. I don't like the labels.
No. I know, you know, although it's true, I know over the holidays when I was back at home, had a video of Relentless, and it's one of those things you couldn't watch when your parents were in the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Well, ironically, one of the bits about the sucking my own cock and my parents commenting on the bit is a bit they've never seen, so.
Yeah. It's probably just as well for you.
Yeah, probably. It's totally generational, and it's quite amusing. I mean, they think I'm very funny, obviously. After, 11 years of not having to ask for money, they're pretty pleased with me.
Yeah.
But they comment on my stuff all the time. It's totally generational. You know? They don't fucking get it. I mean, if they saw the Who destroy their equipment or the Sex Pistols or whatever, they would say, I don't understand. That's a perfectly good guitar. What a waste. And it's like, you missed the point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know the things. I've had to, hide some of my routines written down, you know.
That's one of my big fears is that I'm going to die and my parents are going to find my notes and just go, my God, he was a fucking master. Lucky he died.
Yeah, what did we do wrong bringing this kid up?
Right. Well, it's so interesting to me. You know, one of the things, too, which I learned in theater, when I took theater for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
One of the things I learned, which I found so cool, was that the Greeks put in their plays lots of discussions about bodily functions and sex. And the reason they did is they believed that by talking about it, released the demons of shame from their body. So similarly, if I may take the high ground for dick joke's sake, that's kind of what I do. I mean, look, a lot of that is direct reaction to a fundamentalist Christian puritanical attitude that is shoved down our throat, which obviously keeps these secrets locked away and forms aberrant behavior. Not to say I'm not a pervert, I am, but
Are we all?
What's the way to fucking recovery is acceptance and not denial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As opposed to being some guy who can't show his feelings or some guy who molests children.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it forms its aberration, or a guy who can't even love his wife, which I find so scary. And I'm so sick of hearing my friends get married and go, God, Bill, it really does change. It frightens the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I don't want it to change. And maybe I'm a total idealist, and maybe I'm going to burn out and fucking self-immolate one day, and that's fine, too. I don't care anymore.